everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 101. Today I didn't do an intro. I didn't know how to really do an intro for Spider-Man yet. But I will do another video on Spider-Man, and I will have a special effect in the beginning. But today it's an emergency episode. So we're gonna talk about the new Spider-Man game, Spider-Man or Marvel Spider-Man. So we're going to talk about Spider-Man, but we're going to talk about the game, Marvel Spider-Man. It just came out, so there might be some spoilers in this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Go ahead hit the subscribe button. Actually, there's no button there, but you see the little image right here. Or whatever I'm going to put it at. Anyways, so let's get into it. Alright, y'all. So, let's talk about Marvel Spider-Man. If you haven't already played the game, you might want to wait till you get the game to watch this video. If you have played the game, then you notice some stuff that I'm about to talk about. Alright, so let's get straight into it. So, Marvel Spider-Man is based off of Spider-Man, Peter Parker, but it's an older version. Him and Mary Jane are broken up. Aunt May's still alive. Uncle Ben, he died. So they're still taken from the Spider-Man origin. But what they kind of did was they kind of mixed it up. They kind of mixed Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Fantastic Spider-Man. They kind of mixed all this different versions of Spider-Man and made it into one. And what they did for this game, instead of having multiple universes, they made one universe where the character Miles Morales is introduced in the game, and he's actually in this universe. So I don't know what route they're going to take. Or what universe they're going to take from, because during the game you see Norman Osborn, and we all know that Norman Osborn is the Green Goblin, but he didn't really show any signs of being the Green Goblin that killed Spider-Man, because we all know that Miles Morales' origin came in after Peter Parker died, after Green Goblin killed Peter Parker, or so he thinks killed Peter Parker. So we see that Miles Morales is in the game and stuff like that, which kind of made it kind of weird, because Miles Morales is in a different universe than the original Peter Parker. So I guess they just conjoined all the universes. And we see that instead of Miles Morales' uncle, the Prowler, giving him the spider, we see that the spider actually came with Mary Jane to the little shelter, and I guess it swept its way down and it found a box to hide around, and then it bit Miles, so that's how he got his powers in the game. So the Miles in the game has a different origin story than the Miles, the ultimate Spider-Man Miles. And so we see that, but it's really exciting to see Miles Morales in this game. If you don't know who Miles Morales is, he's a mixed character. He's black and Spanish, and he gets his powers from the Ultimate Spider-Man universe. But in this game, he gets his power from the same universe that Spider-Man is in. And for a second, I thought that Mary Jane was going to get some powers too, because you see the spiders all around her first before they even get the Miles. But other than that, I really like what they did with the game. The game has a really, really good storyline. They introduced the Sinister Six, which we all been waiting for a long time. This Spider-Man game is the best Spider-Man game I ever played. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2, they was good, and they took a lot from those games, but this Spider-Man game deserves to be #1 for all the years to come, unless they make another game based off of this game, which would be probably Marvel Spider-Man 2 or whatever. Introducing Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man, and Peter Parker Spider-Man. Now there's a lot of different storylines that can go with this. At the end, spoilers. At the end, we see that Harry Osborn is not in Europe. He is in New York. He's actually in the home where Norman Osborn lived in, that apartment, the penthouse. And at the end of the game, you see that Norman is talking to somebody, and he says, he's like, we almost did it, Harry. You know, we almost. Or he didn't specifically say Harry, but he was like, we almost did it, son. You know, and then you see Harry Osborn in this tube filled with green aura and what looks like to be the black symbiote, the Venom symbiote. You see that it's all around him. So we can confirm that Venom will be in the next game, or we can't confirm it, but we kind of have an idea that Venom is going to be in the next game, and he's going to be Harry Osborn based instead of Eddie Brock based, which I really don't get either, because, you know, I see what they're doing, and then I also don't see why they did it, but because I love the game so much, I'm gonna just look past it. But we might get an introduction to Venom and Eddie Brock Venom and Flash Thompson Venom, and, you know, hopefully they introduce Gwen Stacy, because Gwen Stacy is a really important part of Spider-Man universe and stuff like that. She actually becomes her own superhero. And I just like the way how they introduce all these different characters, like the Taskmaster, Black Cat, Sable, you know, Miles. It was really sad to see May Parker go, though. You know, R.I.P. May Parker. You know, you always rest in my heart. But yeah, it was really sad to see her go, because I feel like she's a very strong foundation for him. I feel like she keeps him level-headed, and, you know, she brings him back to Earth. And Mary Jane does this too, but I feel like Aunt May had a special relationship with Peter and stuff like that, which made him probably the best Spider-Man that he can be. Now, if you haven't played the game yet, I suggest you play it. There's a lot of different Easter eggs and clues inside of the game itself. The main reason why I like this game is that it's not short. It's not a short storyline. It's a long storyline. And when you think you're at the end, it's not the end. And I love that they have the Sinister. So they introduced the Sinister Six, even though they didn't have Kraven the Hunter in it, in the Lizard. It was still okay. You know, they had the Negative Man in there, so that's pretty cool to see. Now this is my theory of what's going to happen next, and this is just a theory, so don't get mad at me. But I feel like next game they're going to introduce Miles Morales as the new Spider-Man, along with Peter Parker. I feel like, you know, Peter and Spider-Man, Peter and Miles are going to have a really, really close relationship. I feel like Peter's going to teach Miles what it means to be Spider-Man. You're going to see Miles get his suit and everything else like that. And then what's going to happen is, because just like this game had a lot of boss fights, they're going to introduce a little bit more villains like Mysterio, the Lizard, maybe Sandman. But the two main villains that we might see in the next game will be probably Green Goblin and Venom. Harry Osborn Venom. Now this is my reason why. Because at the end, like I said before, you saw Harry Osborn surrounded in the Venom symbiote. Harry Osborn surrounded by the Venom symbiote. And then you see Norman Osborn, which we all know Norman is supposed to be the Green Goblin, but I don't know which Green Goblin he's going to be. He could be the Green Goblin with just a suit, or he could be the mutated Green Goblin with the fire powers and stuff like that. Now that Green Goblin I do want to see. I would love to see that Green Goblin, because then what can happen is they can go based off of the story, the Ultimate Spider-Man storyline. You know, even though we don't want to see Peter Parker die, because he really doesn't die, but, you know, that storyline when he does die and Miles becomes the Ultimate Spider-Man, and then Peter Parker comes back, and, you know, and him and Miles, you know, they defeat the Goblin and Venom at the same time. It'd be like a duo. And what would really be cool would be if we could play the next Spider-Man game multiplayer. It's like online, like instead of doing the storyline by yourself, you can have another Spider. Since there's going to be two Spider-Mans anyway, you can have one player play Peter Parker, you have the other player play Miles Morales and stuff like that. I feel like that would be so cool if we could do that like online or something like that, or like a DLC pack. But that is my thoughts on. But that's my thoughts on what's going to happen next in the next game. Let me know what you think is going to happen and how you feel about the game and what you think about the game, and, you know, what was your favorite part about playing the game? Was it playing Spider-Man, playing MJ, playing Miles? You know, let me know in the comments. Also, Like again, also like I said before, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, like, share, comment, and let me know what you guys want me to talk about next. I think the next video I'm probably gonna do is probably gonna be about Iron Fist. Just because his season just came out and stuff like that, and I watched the whole season already. It's like fantastic. I feel like they did way better than the first season, and probably because the Defenders helped them out a lot too. But that's it. So peace. We out.